So, lads, Angel Reese has been killing it. She's been killing it. And I'm not going to lie, like, she's been really good. But the usual has happened. The usual has now happened. She's killing it. And she goes a little bit too far. Writing checks that she now has to cash. She now has to cash these checks. Because she is essentially as good as said in the public that she's better than Caitlin Clark.
In the high-stakes world of the WNBA, where legacies are built on championships and clutch shots, some stars let their game do the talking. Others, however, understand that modern stardom is a different beast entirely. It's about building a brand, controlling the narrative, and staying in the headlines. Angel Reese just proved she is a master of the modern game, grabbing a metaphorical megaphone, lighting a match, and tossing it into a league already overflowing with tension. In one bold statement, she didn't just challenge a rival, she questioned a reality that seems obvious to everyone else, forcing the entire sports world to once again pick a side.
I see you, Angel Reese. Uncle KC sees you. I see that false bravado. I see you all excited. We've won 2 consecutive games. My pretend friends in the media are telling me that we're on something called a winning streak. My team is hot, hot, hot. Woohoo! Yes, yes, yes. The rumors are indeed true. For the second time this season, the Chicago Bravado have managed to win back-to-back games. Now,
it all ignited after a hard-fought win for the Chicago Sky, a moment of triumph for a team struggling to find its footing. Flushed with victory and standing next to her talented teammate Camila Cardoso, Reese stepped up to the post-game microphone and made a claim so audacious it sent shockwaves from Chicago to Indianapolis. She declared with unwavering conviction that her team had the best young core in the league, hands down. On the surface, it's the kind of bravado you want from a leader. But in the landscape of today's WNBA, those words were a targeted missile aimed directly at the one team that holds an undisputed, almost universally acknowledged claim to that title, the Indiana Fever, home to Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston.
In the game, Angel Reese played a great game. Angel Reese had 19 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. And she was able to give an interview after the game and made a very interesting comment. And in pure old Angel Reese fashion, talked smack after the game.
This wasn't just an off-the-cuff comment. It was a calculated provocation steeped in history. The rivalry between Reese and Clark didn't start in the pros. It was born under the brightest lights of college basketball. The tension traces back to the 2023 NCAA championship game, where Reese's now infamous "you can't see me" gesture aimed at Clark became a cultural firestorm. That single moment transcended the game. It became a Rorschach test for sports fans, revealing biases and starting a debate that has raged ever since. It was the first clear sign that Reese understood something fundamental about modern fame. Controversy creates conversation, and drama creates relevance. She has been fanning those flames ever since, ensuring that no matter what happens on the court, she remains at the center of the narrative.
It is something that, we need to talk about it. It needs to be talked about because you've now got Angel Reese coming out and saying this.
And this is just a great win in front of our home crowd.
Camila Cardoso returns to the starting lineup. You both finished with double-doubles. She ends up with an incredible block on Courtney Williams to end the game as well. What are some things that you saw in her in that tandem that you guys had today?
Somebody said we wasn't the best young core in the league. I think we're the best young core in the league, for sure. Hands down, the skyscrapers, we do it every single night. So I'm really proud of everybody.
This pattern reveals what can only be described as a main character complex, where every game is a new episode in her personal drama series. She thrives in the chaos, positioning herself as the league's misunderstood anti-hero. Whether it's celebrating a teammate's flagrant foul on Clark from the bench, engaging with critics on social media, or making bold proclamations that her team's 500 record simply can't support, she masterfully keeps the spotlight fixed on her. She has cultivated the Bayou Barbie persona, an identity that is simultaneously glamorous, defiant, and polarizing. It's a stark contrast to Clark, whose public persona is almost obsessively focused on the game, the team, and the next play. Reese plays the media game, Clark plays basketball.
For the first time this season, the Chicago Bravado actually beat a team with a winning record. According to Angel Reese, this one win, this one victory in the middle of July, it makes the Chicago Bravado the best young team in the WNBA.
She makes everyone around her better. She's not shooting that well, but she still is the best player on the floor. She still is the person that sets the pace of the game. She's still white Jesus. Cry harder, Marvin. Cry harder. The shots are going to fall. The shots are going to fall. It's okay. It's okay. You'll just keep watching like you're watching this show.
Of course, her defenders will immediately point to the stat sheet, and recently they've had some ammunition. Reese did have an impressive stretch of games where she looked like an all-star, racking up double-doubles and playing with fierce intensity. But in the world of sports analysis, numbers can be deeply misleading without context. A short, 8-game hot streak is being presented as definitive proof of her elite status, while conveniently ignoring the 45 games before it that showed significant inconsistency, particularly in her shooting efficiency. It's like highlighting one sunny week in July and calling it a perfect summer, willfully forgetting the brutal storms of April and May. True greatness is measured over a full season, not in a curated highlight reel.
So Angel Reese, the most toxic player in all of basketball, is out here slapping clipboards out of her coaching staff's hand because she's so mad her team committed a foul in the crunch after she shot 15 free throws this game. This is the lowest of the low disrespect that you can show to your coaching staff. She trying to get y'all locked in, worried about the next play, and you so toxic with your terrible, awful attitude that you slap the clipboard out of her hand.
Meanwhile, a quiet but formidable empire is being built in Indiana. Caitlin Clark, the most prolific scorer in the history of college basketball, is navigating a brutal welcome to the pros. She faces nightly double teams, relentless physicality from opponents who seem intent on sending a message, and a level of defensive pressure rarely seen for a rookie. Yet, even in what the media sensationalizes as a shooting slump, her bad games often produce stat lines, factoring in her league-leading assist numbers that rival Reese's best nights. She is paired with Aaliyah Boston, the reigning Rookie of the Year, and a former #1 pick who anchors the paint with quiet dominance. The Fever don't need to talk about having the best young core. Their roster sheet does the talking for them.
Phenomenal game. But the best young core in the WNBA resides in Indiana, dear. The best young core in the WNBA resides in Indiana. Okay, it's not in Chicago. Love the confidence. Love the confidence. Not mad at the trash talking at all. But the best young core in the WNBA resides in Indiana. They played today. They played today. They also beat you when they played you. Put on a phenomenal display.
But talent is only half the equation for a winning franchise. Leadership is the other, and a disturbing incident recently revealed a major crack in Reese's public foundation. In a moment of intense frustration during a close game, she was caught on camera slapping a clipboard out of her assistant coach's hand. It was a flash of raw disrespect, a public display of undermining authority that is often poison in a locker room. While all great competitors get frustrated, lashing out at your own coaching staff is a red flag. True leaders channel that fire. They don't use it to burn down their own house. It begs the question, is the defiant bravado just a mask for unchecked immaturity?
What's up, y'all? I just want to talk about this chick, Angel Reese, for a second. She has been all over my timeline, over my Twitter or X, Instagram, TikTok. She's always pushing people and this and that. She's always in controversy. So let me address this situation real quick. How is she a professional athlete? Like, can we step back for a second and just analyze this situation? How in the world is this chick a professional athlete? She is, out of all the clips that I've seen, she is the worst basketball player I've ever seen.
This leads directly to the theory of the manufactured hype machine. Sports are entertainment, and every great story needs a hero and a villain. With Clark's wholesome image and record-shattering talent casting her as the league's hero, it seems the media and the league itself anointed Reese as her perfect foil. The magazine covers, the video game appearances, the endless talking head debates. Is it all for a player truly dominating the league? Or is it to fuel a pro-wrestling-style narrative that keeps people watching? Many believe Reese is being propped up, given a platform that her on-court performance on its own has not yet fully earned. The conflict is profitable, and she plays her part perfectly.
This is a complete, utter disgrace to the game of basketball. Y'all put one of the worst basketball players we've ever seen in history on the front cover of a video game because y'all feel so sorry for her, and it's nothing but a pity party for Angel Reese. Every sports video game, there's been absolute ballers on the front cover, whether that's basketball, football, baseball, hockey, whatever it is. And y'all put this girl over 30, 40, 50 more deserving players in the league because y'all feel sorry for her.
There's a fine line between confidence and delusion, and many critics argue Reese has sprinted right over it. Confidence is built on a foundation of preparation and consistent results. Delusion is clinging to a belief in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary. To stand on a court and declare your core the best when another team exists with 2 back-to-back generational #1 draft picks isn't just confidence, it's a denial of objective reality. It's a statement made for headlines, a strategic move to manifest a reality that doesn't exist, and a gamble that could backfire spectacularly when the 2 teams meet again.
She is the worst basketball player I've ever seen, and that's not an exaggeration. I wish I was lying because I feel bad for her, for how bad she is, but she is so bad at basketball. Yet she wants to be compared to Caitlin Clark and all these great WNBA players. She's not even close. There's middle schoolers that can beat her. It is so, like, what do y'all agree with me? Because I hope I'm not the only one. She is just not a good basketball player, and she needs to keep her mouth shut.
A true legendary rivalry requires a level of parity. A genuine battle for supremacy between 2 equals. Think Bird versus Magic, Federer versus Nadal, Ali versus Frazier. The outcome is always in doubt. What we have here isn't that. The dynamic is far more lopsided. One player is fundamentally changing the economics and viewership of her sport, breaking records while carrying the weight of being the face of the league. The other is a very good and very polarizing player on a middling team. The scoreboard that truly matters isn't from one game. It's the one that shows overall impact, and on that scoreboard, it's not even close.
It went to the middle of the backboard and went to the left side. She grabbed the rebound, shot it back on the other side. Grabbed the rebound again and shot it back in the middle. She had 5 rebounds in a 30-second span and scored no points.
Nuts.
I don't want to hear nothing. When you go 4 for 16 and you taking point-blank range shots, you're not very good. You're not very good.
The unspoken truth that hangs over all of this is how the league has responded to Clark's arrival. The physicality she endures is on another level. The welcome to the league moments have frequently crossed the line into flagrant, dangerous territory, most notably the infamous hip check from Kennedy Carter that Reese was seen celebrating. It's a clear sign that opponents have realized they cannot stop Clark with skill alone, so they have resorted to brute force. This narrative paints Clark as a resilient figure battling unfair odds, a hero enduring a trial by fire, which only makes her continued success all the more compelling.
How record labels pay radio stations to keep playing the same trash songs over and over again, hoping that the masses will eventually like it. This is exactly what it is with Angel Reese. These people are paid to keep force glazing her. That's why these announcers in the game force glaze her. That's why the media does shit like this, gives her McDonald's deals. ESPN does what they do. She gets Sportswoman of the Year because they feel so sorry that the world hates Angel Reese, man.
In the end, titles like Best Young Core aren't won at a press conference or on social media. They are forged in the fire of a grueling season, proven in the playoffs, and cemented with championship rings. Angel Reese has masterfully positioned herself as a central figure in the WNBA's story, building a powerful brand through persona and provocation. But while she's busy crafting her next headline, Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston are in Indiana, quietly building a dynasty. The future of the league won't be decided by who talks the loudest, but by who plays the best. And all signs point to that future being built not on Chicago's bravado, but on the Fever's undeniable and perhaps inevitable reign.